You are now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times! What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I hope everybody is having a blessed evening tonight. Welcome to the Scream 4 Live Watch Party. As you know, I'm your host, creator, and proprietor of the channel, Marcus. This is going to be a fun time tonight, you guys. This is my favorite Scream sequel in the entire franchise. It has my favorite killer outside of Stu Macher here in this movie, and I'm excited to be here with you all tonight and revisit this phenomenal sequel. Again, I feel like this is the best sequel in the entire franchise, and I'm happy to be here with you all to watch it. This is going to be a great time. I do have some guests coming on. I have one of them here with me right now. I will bring her on in a second, but before I do that, I do want to check the comment section, do my blanket hello, say hi to everybody in the chat and stuff like that. Welcome everyone, and prepare for a great time. I'm excited, you know, so let's get to it. Let's not waste too much time. Yo, what's up, Paula, saying I'm on Craven's live right now. Yeah, I just stopped in there, as you know, and said what's up to the guys and stuff. I know they're having a great time doing that stream over there and stuff. Doing the live virtual video game. I wish I could attend, but hey, I'm here with you guys tonight. You know what I mean? And stuff, doing the Scream 4 Live Watch Party. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And my guest that I have sitting backstage, Shannon, she will be on in a second, saying where to watch Scream 4, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Amazon Prime with subscription, Crave TV with premium subscription, Google Play for $4.99, and Apple TV for $4.99. Thank you so much for that, Shannon. I greatly appreciate it. Nice, Paula, saying I own it on Amazon Prime. That's awesome. I know some of these comments were from earlier before we started the stream, but I'm just going to catch up on them anyway because I appreciate you guys hanging out and being patient with me. Yo, what's up, King Matthew III? I hope you're having a great night. Saying this is a hot take, but I feel like Gale should have died in this film because I read that Wes Craven was planning to kill Dewey in this version. In his version of Scream 5 anyway. Ooh, that's interesting. I never knew nothing about that, King Matthew III. Yeah, I mean, if they were going to kill Dewey off in the next movie, I mean, in the original plans for Scream 5, it only would make sense that Gale would have died in this film. You know, maybe we'll see that in Scream 7. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you, Shannon. Stab the like button. Absolutely. Greatly appreciate that. Oh, nice. Shannon saying YouTube may have a version 2. I'm watching a copyrighted one. Oh, nice. Okay. Hell yeah. I mean, if you can get it on free for YouTube, why not, right? DJ saying this is one I'm not going to miss. That's awesome. Thank you for being here, DJ. One of my channel members. I am going to say this here real quick, guys. Keep an eye out for your members only posts because on Sunday I am planning to do a live watch party for all of my members. I'm thinking of doing a live watch party for Dr. Giggles to end on this month because obviously we are heading into June. So I do want to give you guys something for May so that we can kick off June on the right note. So most likely it will be Sunday afternoon. I'm thinking that we will do a live members only watch party for Dr. Giggles. We got 14 people here in the chat. That's awesome. I'm glad to see you all here. Catching up with you guys in the comment section. What up, Dom? Dom. I hope you're having a great night, buddy. Hey, Horror Queen, what's going on? One of my new channel members. If you just heard, I will be doing a live members only watch party and will be for every member, whatever tier. Again, guys, I do have to shorten up the other tiers that I have, but you guys know I am shortening up my tiers list to just 2 tiers. But basically, when we do the live watch party, everybody who is a member will get to watch it because I appreciate you guys. And again, like I said before, I hadn't for a while done any members only content, and that's got to change for sure. So I'm excited to do that watch party for you guys because I appreciate every single one of you. Trey Alexander in the chat. What's going on, man? Hope you're having a great night. Saying, hey, everyone. Yo, what's up, Alex? That's what's up. Ready to watch our boy Charlie Walker put in that work. Let's go. Yo, what's up, Oliver? Yeah, buddy. Just to let you know, next week I'm probably thinking about maybe Tuesday if you're available. We do the Saw live stream because we got a lot to talk about, my friend. You know what I'm talking about. You know, thanks to Shannon for sending me that post the other day. We were just talking about that backstage. I cannot wait to talk some Saw with you, man. I'm really, really hoping that's some good news for Saw 11. It's going to be fun. Hey, what's up, Patricia Taylor? I hope you're having a great night. Say hello to Scott for me. Leonia, oh my goodness. I always get this tongue-tied. Leonia Chanel, I hope you're having a great night. Saying good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you as well. I'm assuming you are in a different time zone than I am because it is almost 9:30 at night here on the East Coast. But I'm glad you're here to watch some Scream Forward with me and my guests. Yo, what's up, a troll? A troll is also a new channel member. That's awesome. I'm assuming that's you were one of the ones who got the channel membership from Horror Queen the other day. That's awesome. That's what's up, a troll. Yeah, let's go. Man, I cannot wait for Sunday, guys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Dr. Giggles, but if not, you are in for a treat. That is one of my guilty pleasures. I cannot wait to share that movie with you guys if you have not seen it. The General in the chat, and Val also got a membership. Not only is Val a modulator, she's got a membership now. Fucking go. That's awesome. Once again, shout out to Horror Queen for gifting 5 channel memberships the other day. That's awesome. Yes, Horror Queen. Yes. Awesome for sure. Paul is saying I have the movie on pause. All right, no worries. We are going to get started here very, very shortly. I'm just catching up with everybody here in the chat. I'm only 3 minutes behind, so I'm catching up. Alex saying, I heard that the 4K Steelbook of Scream 4 will be released in February 2026. Really? Ooh, sounds like a purchase I'm going to have to make. Have Cheetah Will View saying, Lady Valerie, hey, what's going on, Cheetah? It's been a hot minute. I am so glad to see you here. That's awesome. I love it. You know what I mean? Especially now that I'm getting back into content and stuff, seeing some of the old school channel subscribers and stuff make their way back into the chats. That's awesome. Glad you guys stuck it out with me. I always say it, but I'm going to keep saying it because that means a lot to me. King Matthew saying, I just got done doing my homework for my online college class today. That's what I'm talking about, man. Get that education. And I took my first math test today and got an A+ on it in just enough time to be on the stream. That's what I like to see and hear, King Matthew. Good shit, man. Good shit. I'm happy for you, man, and I'm proud of you. That's awesome. Okay, Oliver, no problem. If anything, you know, just let me know when you're off, and I will schedule it on a day that you're off because I really want to do that live stream and have that discussion with you, buddy. So no problems at all. We'll work it out. All right, I think I am caught up. It just jumped up on me, so I think it did. I think I am caught up for the most part. Unfortunately, StreamYard likes to do that every once in a while. Cheetah, have Cheetah Will View saying it has been a while since we chatted. Yes, you need to come do 8 questions with me. Hey, let me know. I'm sure I can fit it into my schedule. I would love to do that. That'd be awesome. For sure. Hell yes. I'm all about that. Just let me know, and I will fit it into my schedule. King Matthew saying the only thing I hated about Scream 4 is the fact that it transitioned Gail back into an asshole, but that's understandable because Courtney Cox and David Arquette was dealing with their divorce at the time. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, in this movie, you know, Gail, you know, kind of did somewhat transition back into that. But I kind of feel like she had a good reason to, and we'll get into it here once we start watching the movie. Yes, absolutely. Send me that date on Instagram, Cheetah. I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome. All right, guys. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my guest here onto the panel. You guys know her. You guys love her. She is an awesome contributor here to the channel and just an overall great person. Like I always say with a lot of you guys, she stuck it out with me through the darkest days when the lights were completely off on this channel. She didn't waver. She stuck it out with your boy. And now she is becoming a regular here on the panel. And I can't wait to do another live stream in regards to a discussion about Scream with her, because so far we only done watch parties. So I definitely want to get her here on the panel for some Scream theories, discussions and stuff, and get her opinion on what she expects to see happen in Scream 7. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Talking Star Wars / Shannon to the panel. What's going on, Shannon?
Not much, you?
Oh, I'm just hanging out. Happy to be here with you tonight. And this is going to be a fun time. Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
Yes, this is going to be great. You guys already know. I don't have to say it. I'm excited to watch this movie again because my boy Charlie Walker getting into throwing that work in, baby. I cannot wait to get this movie on.
Yep.
Paul is saying, I will admit the beginning is a little confusing, but I like the actresses they got. Yeah, that is the thing about the entrance, the opening for Scream 4, that they had the multiple entrances and stuff, for the stab movies and stuff. I particularly didn't care for it too much, but you're spot on, Paula. Definitely had some great actresses to fill in those roles. That is the one upside about these openings. They definitely did get a great cast. Like, Scream is known for that. They always get great actors.
Yep. I agree.
Val saying, hey there, Shannon.
Hi, Val.
Dom saying, hey, Shannon.
Hey, Tom Alana. Ding dong. I don't know.
That's awesome. Damn. That's awesome, though. It reminds me of Destin with the whole M. Night Shyamalan bit. Destin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. He might be popping in, like I said, backstage later on because he went to go see Bring Her Back. I'm interested to see how he feels about that movie because that's one I am actually looking forward to seeing myself. King Matthew saying, well, I'm not that big of a Charlie fan. I loved him a lot more than I did Richie. I like that Charlie actually got kills. Absolutely. Yes, man. He put in that work, man. I'll say it. I've always said it. I feel like Charlie did all the work in this movie. I really don't feel like Jill really did much of anything, but her motive was really good and she played the shit out of my boy. I hate to say that, but she did. You got to give her credit for how she played her role. It was awesome.
Yep.
All right, guys. So without further ado, we are going to get ready to start the movie. Everybody in the chat, let me know when you guys are ready. Shannon, I already know you're ready. You've been ready since 4 o'clock. That's awesome. So, yeah, we're ready to get down to the get down, y'all. I got my Bluetooth already plugged in my ear. And if you're wondering what the hell I am wearing on my head, this is you guys know I am a huge wrestling fan. This is a Bray Wyatt inspired Fiend Scully I have on. Awesome. I saw this bad boy on Temu and I was like, I have to have it. And I decided let's wear it tonight because I have not worn it yet on a live stream. So I was feeling a little fiendish. So I wanted to wear it here for you guys tonight. You guys can't see it. Take a look at it. Check that bad boy out. Now, I will say this. As a wrestling fan, being that Bray Wyatt in this Fiend character was horror movie, horror character inspired, I personally would love to do a fan film dedicated to him, a horror fan film playing the Fiend character. I've actually been thinking of ideas on how to go about that. So that might be something I do later on in the near future. I'm really passionate about that because I feel like that mask, the whole appearance, like I just feel like that would be really cool to see on screen, even if it's in a fan film.
Nice.
Okay, Horror Queen saying she's ready. Val saying she's ready. Trey saying it's my bestie Shannon. Hi to both of you. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
King Matthew saying I just put my DVD in, and since I don't have popcorn, I DoorDash me some chicken from Popeyes to eat while watching the movie. That's awesome, King Matthew. Can't go wrong with some Popeyes. As Adam Sandler and Little Nicky would say, Popeyes is fucking awesome. Yes. All right, Dom, just let me know when you're ready, buddy. You already know I'm patient. I'll let you guys get ready.
Yep.
And then when we are ready, when everybody's settled, we will do the 5-second countdown. Man, I'm so excited to watch this movie again. I can't lie to you, Shannon. It's been a little bit for me, you know, like, and that's crazy to think because I am such a big fan of Charlie Walker. But I also like to, you know, try to give our other horror movies a chance and see what else I find out there that's unique and something that's like kind of close to Scream in its own regard. Like, have you ever seen Don't Hang Up, Shannon?
No.
Whoa! Oh my God! Well, Shannon, all I'm going to say is this: if you like Scream, if you like Saw, imagine a Scream and Saw movie converging together for one movie. Yes, Don't Hang Up is pretty much like that. And yeah, we might have to put that to the list of live watch parties to have because that's a banger. That's definitely a low-key banger. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I know I put Destin onto it. I think Val has seen it, but even Destin was like, bro, like, that was pretty solid. Like, I was just scrolling through Tubi one night, just like, man, let me see if there's any other horror movie that I really haven't seen yet and stuff. Just see what's out there. And I seen it, had a woman with a phone in her hand, and it said, Don't Hang Up. And I instantly was like, ooh, that kind of sounds like Scream a little bit. You know what I mean? And I got into it, and I was just like, man, like, this was actually really good. And then I'm just like, man, it also has some Saw vibes to it. Like, again, if you want to merge Scream and Saw together, that is the movie. And I will say this, too. When Scream 7, when Christopher Landon, you know, dropped out of being a director, and even before he was announced as a director, before Kevin Williamson came in, everybody was giving their theories on who should basically direct Scream 7. And my pick was Damian Mace, who directed that movie. Because Damian Mace also is known in the Marvel universe. He's like a well-known like writer, producer, stuff like that. But he's the one who wrote and directed Don't Hang Up. And when I watched that movie, I said, man, he would be fucking great for a Scream movie. So, but hey, I'm glad we got Kevin Williamson back for the next 2 films. You cannot go wrong with that. King Matthew saying the only other thing I hated that they took away from this movie was Dewey's limp. It's like it went away after Scream 2. I don't remember it being in 3 either. It may have been. Man, that's a good point there, Matthew, because I don't think I remember Dewey's limp in Scream 3 neither.
Me either.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they did. And then it's funny because in Scream 5, he had to limp again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was definitely a major faux pas. I mean, I guess after a while of recovering, it could heal, you know, all his wounds and injuries could heal up. But then obviously Scream 5 did kind of give him that limp again. So, yeah, that is something they definitely should have kept with him because it definitely did add to the mystique of Dewey, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Poor guy's been through so much, but it's okay. If my theory turns out to be correct, he redeems himself in Scream 7 by revealing that he's alive.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I so hope that comes true. He should have never died. I love Dewey.
Yep.
Yo, what's up, Denisha? Denisha as well. Not only is she a modulator, she also got a channel membership. Holy shit, let's go. That is awesome. And we got 19 people here in the chat. That is awesome. Christopher Sean saying best Scream movie. Ooh, okay. And Christopher, I don't think I've ever seen you here in the community in the chat before. If you are a new subscriber, one, I want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel, and let me know in the chat if you are a new subscriber because I appreciate that, and that's awesome. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the community. Yes, thank you so much, Val. Thank you.
Yep.
Wow. Horror Queen saying, I'm excited to meet David in less than 16 days now. Yes, I didn't get an autograph yet, but I do have a photo op picture with David Arquette. He was really cool. He was really cool. And I'll tell you a funny story about that real quick before we do get the movie started. When I was at Monster Mania 2022 in Jersey, I met up with Hunting for Entertainment, Bob, which I hope Bob's doing okay. Hopefully he comes back here to the community as well. It's been a while, but I met up with him. Killjoy Jake was there, and we were hanging out and stuff. And Jake only was there for like one night. So here, I feel like I can't remember exactly. So there was an issue. For some reason, they were having issues with my pass. For some reason, my pass wasn't scanning. So I couldn't get in the second day. Well, here, because Jake was leaving that day, Jake cut off his armband and was like, bro, I got you. And basically like, take that bad boy on my arm and was like, go ahead, have fun. You know what I mean? I was able to get my photo op with David just in the nick of time. So that was definitely awesome. I ain't gonna lie, I was getting cranky. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to meet David. And fucking Jake came through in a clutch.
Aww.
Definitely looked out for your boy. Okay. Yep. Christopher Sean saying, I'm new. Awesome. Welcome to the community, man. I'm glad to have you here. Val saying, please make sure to smash that like button. Yes, absolutely. Greatly appreciate it. Definitely smash that like button. Shoot the like button. Stab the son of a bitch. Whatever you got to do. I appreciate it. Okay. Oliver saying, Marcus, I'm available after 7 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. Okay, so we might have to make this like a 9 o'clock Saul stream. If you're okay with that, Oliver, let me know. If that ain't too late for you, buddy. Between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Christopher Sean saying, I heard about your Randy and Dewey being alive theories, if only. It's not really so much Randy being alive. I just feel like they could definitely bring his character back via AI, if that's what they're going to be doing in Scream 7, as a way for Ghostface to toy with the twins. That's my big theory. But in regards to Dewey, yes, I do think that Dewey is alive in Scream 7 because of David's comments. And I already have that video. Basically, I have my overlays and everything set. I just got to do the recording. I can't wait to get to that. And I'm also going to be doing my Scream 7 video for Guy Busick's interview and stuff that he had earlier. I want to say it was yesterday, because definitely some interesting things to take away from that interview that he had with comicbook.com. Hey, what's up, Michael Joe? Man, we're getting all the OGs in here tonight. That is so awesome. And thank you so much, Val, saying, please make sure you subscribe to Shannon's channel. Yes, at Talking Star Wars. See, honestly, Shannon, I didn't know if you like did content and stuff like that. So I didn't know, like, you know what I mean? But if you do, yes, definitely. And even just if not, she's a great person. You guys want to follow her. She's awesome. Definitely subscribe to Shannon's channel. It would be greatly appreciated.
Val is like my recent subscriber, actually. Val is.
Wait, say that again, Shannon. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked.
Val is my recent subscriber, actually. Well, one of them, Val is.
Oh, wow. Nice, nice, nice. Hell yes. So let me ask you, are you doing content and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, yes, definitely. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to check some of your content out and see what you got going on, girl, because you definitely be having some really good theories and stuff like that. And like I say about Dom and Destin's channel, because Destin, doesn't just always do horror. He talks about other stuff. It's good to have variety sometimes, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. That's the beautiful thing about movies. Huh. See, this is what got me sidetracked. Dom saying, I feel like my comments aren't going through for some reason. I think my comments stopped working. I'm going to tell you something right now, Dom. Not only StreamYard, but YouTube has been acting funky with that lately, because I remember when I was in Pam's chat last night, and for some reason, the YouTube chat kept freezing up on me. So it might be that. It's been being real wonky. But you also got to probably think there has been bad weather going across the regions and here in the States and stuff. So it could be that as well. Yes, absolutely, Oliver. That was definitely sweet of Jake. He's cool as fuck. Jake is awesome. He was so much fun to hang around. I will never forget, because we were getting a ride back to the hotel from my friend Sierra, and he was operating the GPS. He was our directional pad, Jake was. And he gave her the wrong direction, but it was so funny how he said it. He's like, GPS says merge right onto Hampton, whatever and stuff. So we took the right turn, and then he's like, oh shit, sorry guys, we're like going 10 minutes in the opposite direction. Like it was crazy. Chocolate Ice, yo, what's up, man? Hope you're having a great night, man. Good to see you. Oliver saying, I think I'll be all right for it. Awesome, awesome. That's what I like to hear. All right, guys. So I am getting a little bit behind here in the chat, and I do want to get the movie started because we are already almost 25 minutes here into the stream. Awesome. Dom saying I subscribe to Shannon. That's what's up. Yes, everybody go subscribe to Shannon's channel, Talking Star Wars. You will not be disappointed. She's a great person, and I personally can't wait to dig into some of your content that you have because I'll be honest, I didn't know you did content like that. You know what I mean? I really didn't.
Of course.
Awesome. Yes. Also, yep, thank you, Matthew, for subscribing to Shannon. Yes, absolutely. That's awesome. See, that's what I like to see. Showing up. That's what this community does.
Yep.
Chocolate Ice saying, I hope Jill comes back in Scream 7. She's so hot and a good ghost face. Yeah, Emma is definitely a good looking girl. Definitely.
Yep.
Yes, Quentin. I'm actually planning that for a couple weeks down the road in June. So yes, we will be doing Phantasm 2 soon. I know this upcoming Monday, I think I said I'm going to be doing The Town That Dreaded Sundown. So maybe the next week after that we'll do Phantasm 2. All right, guys. So I am going to be, and thank you for that, Denisha. Greatly appreciate it. Get her to 500 subscribers. That's right. Absolutely. Yes. Definitely help Shannon get to 500 subscribers for sure.
Yep. I'm
Thank
at
you so
84
much.
now.
What was that, Shannon?
I'm at 84 now. Val said it like in the chat earlier, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Let's get those subscriber rates up. Heck yeah. Quentin saying sweet. Yup. Michael saying I would have never killed off Dewey. I would have killed Courtneycox's character. Yeah, I think a lot of us are in agreement with that. And a lot of us are hoping that Gail's time is up here very soon. All right, guys. So I am ready to start the movie. Hit me up in the chat and let me know if you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
Yes, I'm ready as well.
Dom just sent you a message on Instagram, apparently.
Oh, you said Dom did?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out here in a second because I don't have my laptop like I usually do in front of me. I have it charging, but I'll just have to open up another tab on my cell phone and get on Instagram.
Yeah.
Nice, Quentin. Quentin saying he subbed to Shannon. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Get them subs up. That's right. Show Shannon some love. Like Mickey said, show a little love, huh? Let's go. All right, Val saying she's ready. Paula saying she's ready. Horror Queen saying she's ready. Dom saying he's ready. Okay. Give me 1 second here, Dom. I want to get the stream and everything, well, the movie and everything started, and I will be sure to check your Instagram message. Give me a second. All right, guys. So on the count of 5, we are going to press play. Oh, hold up. Oh, no. Now I'm not ready. Jeez. Come on.
Oh, my gosh. What are we going to do with you?
I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, I know what happened. All right. Come on. Awesome sauce. Here we go. Stop playing with me. You guys know I want to watch my boy Charlie gut some people up. Why are you doing this to me? All right, guys, on the count of 5, because I'm ready now. Got the bad boy loaded up. Oh, no. That's not good. Okay. Okay, so this is being funky. Okay, I'm going to have to find another streaming platform. Because for some reason, this is being funky on me, and it was just working.
Yeah, that's really rude.
Damn internet connections. All right, guys, so give me 1 second because I'm going to switch platforms. So, excuse me for a second. I'm sorry for the hold up.
Yep.
I really wish they had it on Tubi. They used to have it on Tubi, but they took it off.
Yep, I know. I tried to be earlier.
Yeah, I did too before we came on, and it was like, oh no, it's not there anymore. I'm just like, fuckers.
And Paramount Plus, I think, took it off too.
Really? That's interesting because that's basically who owns Scream. So that's weird, but that's kind of like Peacock. It's like they only showcase the last 2 Halloween movies, like Kills and Ends, and not 2018.
Yeah, really rude.
Weird.
Yeah.
Nice. Quentin saying it's on Plex and Freevee. Yes, I got it up now, so we're good.
Yep.
All right, guys. So on the count of 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And if you guys end up needing a timestamp, just let me know. Ooh, why is my Bluetooth not in? Don't want to get copyrighted because, you know, the algorithm may be funky.
Yeah, and YouTube would probably hate you.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Sorry. All right, we're good. I just had to get my Bluetooth back on a little charger.
Yep.
We are connected. Trudy!
Yep.
Val saying also on Amazon Prime for free with subscription. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that, Val.
Yep.
King Matthew saying, I hated how Scream 5 wasted Judy's character. They introduced her in 4 just to kill her in 5. I would have loved to see Judy be Dewey's successor after Dewey's death in 5. I agree with that. I didn't really like Judy being killed off. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. Especially if they do reveal that Dewey is actually alive, Judy's death is actually a good thing because then at least Scream 5 would still have a legacy kill of a character that we liked. You know, because I know a lot of people think that if they do bring Dewey back alive, that would diminish Scream 5. And because of Judy's kill and her son Wes, I think that it doesn't diminish Scream 5.
We also never got answers of who the father of Wes was, like her son.
Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah, we never got that explanation neither.
Maybe it's Dewey. Who knows?
That would be nuts.
Because apparently in Scream 4, I don't know if this is like somewhere, but Wes originally, or Kevin originally wanted Gail and Dewey to have a child.
Oh.
I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, I did hear about that as well. I did hear something like that was the direction they wanted to go in, but they basically scrapped it, which I think that was a good idea. I can't see Gail being a great parent. I really can't. Dewey, yes, not Gail.
No way.
What's up, Tristan? If you need a timestamp, let me know. Glad you're joining us here tonight. Yeah, fucking Channing Tatum. I love how they used his photo to fuck with them. That was great. Okay, so yeah, in the beginning, you do hear Bailey, Wayne, and stuff. So I see where some people, were talking about that. I know some people talked about Sarah Michelle Gellar's character saying that in Scream 2, but she didn't. She said Bailey and Gwen. But in here, you hear Sherry mention Bailey and Wayne. So it does make you wonder if Radio Silence, Guy Busick, and James Vanderbilt got Wayne Bailey from Scream 4.
Yeah.
Oliver saying I would like to start my own YouTube channel, but I'm sure if I would have time to do a lot of content. Hey man, there's always ways you can do it to, like, maybe if you do like a podcast and you fit in a couple topics and go like 2-3 hours and then just clip certain pieces of that podcast out and use that as like your videos and stuff like that. You can make it work, man, for sure. I see a lot of YouTubers do that. That would be awesome, Oliver, if you start a YouTube channel.
Or do what Val says, and like do shorts, like as a start.
Yeah, definitely. Yup. I actually like this part of the opening with Anna Paquin and Kristen Bell. I thought it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that coming? Did that surprise you? Because you talk too much. Now shut the fuck up and watch the movie. Okay, Don Boy, come on. You can watch Scream 4 with us. It's kind of funny that she mentions Stab 5 having time travel and Scream 7 is supposed to do a time jump. Funny.
That makes sense, though, especially like if you want to think about whatever happened to Tara and Sam without killing them off, because who knows if Gary Garber or whatever is going to leave.
Well, I will say this. I know Guy Busick is leaving the door open. I'll just say that for those characters to return, which kind of makes me think that they're not going to kill those characters off. They're just going to write them out of the movie, something like they did with Sidney, which is different from the theory that I had for them. But given Guy's most recent comments, I think if he stays on as writer and either Spyglass sells the rights or Gary Barber steps down, there's a possibility we could get those characters back.
Good.
King Matthew, hey man, I mean, listen, you don't have to be great at singing just to make content. Take it as a fun project. You know what I mean? Like, I see plenty of YouTubers who aren't really good singers still do it just to have fun with it. You know what I mean? And kind of, play it as a joke and stuff like that. Some people like that, man. So reconsider. Yes, Horror Queen. Yes, Puppy. You guys know at some point he's got to make his presence felt. He's got to let y'all know he's around.
You should have named him Charlie Walker.
It's funny you say that. I would have but when I got him, he was already 2 years old and he already had his name Don. So I didn't want to take that away from him. He already, knew that name. That's what he was comfortable with. So I just kept it as it is.
Aw.
You're the dumb blonde with the big tits. We're going to have fun with you before you die. I definitely do think that is Jill talking on the phone because Jenny and Trevor had that fling together.
Yep.
And this chase scene is a lot like CC Cooper's in Scream 2. I don't feel like a lot of people mention that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's my boy. I honestly, I could not ask for a better dog. He's a cool ass dog for sure. He just be chilling. Patrick Stewart will play Ghostface. Will play the Ghostface King. Professor X. That would be nuts.
I know, like him taking off his mask or whatever.
That would be nuts.
Scooby-Doo kind of thing. Yeah, kind of like a Scooby-Doo, like you take off the mask and then...
Right? I'm sorry, if he does, he's got to be in the wheelchair, though. That would be fucking great. He has to be in the wheelchair. Garage, hitting her back, kind of like Tatum, just not getting stuck in it.
Yep.
I've always liked this opening scene song, like the opening credit song.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a bop. It's underrated. It's definitely a bop.
I know. I cannot wait to hear where Marco does, like, with this new score for 7.
Oh my goodness!
He already started writing it or composing it. Apparently.
Yes, I know. I cannot wait. I'm so happy he's back. You felt that presence missed in those last 2 films. Nothing against Brian Tyler. Yeah. He's just Scream is not his forte for scores. This is Marco's forte.
Yep.
I cannot wait to hear what Marco's got planned for us. Oh man. King Matthew saying they also mentioned at the beginning of 4 that Sidney isn't in one of the stab films and Sidney doesn't appear in Scream 6. Maybe that was a foreshadowing. Yeah, right? I agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm missing some chats here. Hold on. Oh wow. Yeah, sorry about that, Treston. I wouldn't mind and stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I do want to get to know you a little bit better before I bring you on the panel and stuff like that. But it's not out of the realm of possibility once I do get to know you a little bit better and stuff like that. I've known Shannon basically going on 2 years now, so and I've owed her these streams for a while, so you know what I mean. I'm making up for lost time, but hey, definitely in the future. Val saying, yeah, trust in the panel's already set. If you want to watch along with us in the chat, just queue up the movie and we will give you a timestamp. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tristan. Just like I said, I just want to get to know you a little bit better before I do bring you on the channel. And that's how I am with everybody and stuff like that. But again, it's not out of the realm of possibility once we get to know each other a little better, hang out and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
There's Kirby.
Yes, Curbs.
Yep. I wonder if she'll be in 7, like teasing that TV series too, maybe, or maybe just save it for 8.
Right. Hey, and it's funny because Guy said something about bringing, you know, the other core 4 characters, Sam and Tara, in another universe. Could that be the other universe? You know what I mean? So, and remember, Kirby basically did tell Sam about, at the end of Scream 6, you know, being a part of the legacy isn't that bad. Call me if you need me and stuff like that. So they could definitely tie that in. But I personally think Kirby is going to make an appearance in 7, but it's going to be with the Do. That's my big theory. I think that Kirby and the FBI have the Do in hiding somewhere, and we are going to get that revealed in 7.
Why? Because like they know that Stu's alive, or
possibly. I look at it like this. I initially, when I saw Dewey's call log in Scream 5, I thought it said Kirby in it, but it didn't. It said Christy, so I'm mistaken on that. But if you look at his call log, you can tell there's other numbers that we don't see. Who's to say that Kirby didn't have contact with Dewey because she became an FBI agent? And remember, apparently there might have been some attacks in Atlanta. So maybe she could have called Dewey in as a consultant. You know, Dewey gave the rules in Scream 5, so it's not out of the question. Angel of Death. Oh, here we go. Here goes Judy in the lemon squares. She's so awesome, too. I got to meet her. I got to see her last year at the Scream panel in Monster Mania in Jersey. Super nice. Super cool. I actually wish she would have never died. I thought that Judy should have lived, but unfortunately it is what it is. You got to raise the stakes with some of these movies and kill characters that we like.
Yep. Sort of like what we think that Mindy may bite the dust and die in 7.
Right.
Or Gale.
Yeah, that would be crazy if Dewey is like alive but Gale dies. That'd be crazy.
I think she may.
I think so too. I think it's possible. It's 50-50.
Oops, sorry. I got some theories on like who could kill her, but we will see.
Right.
Or maybe I'll wait until like the trailer to say that or something.
A troll saying I can't remember any music in Scream 5. Yeah,
they played Dewey's theme in the Red Right Hand, I believe, when Vince was dying.
Wait, say that again, Shannon? I had to turn this down because it was blaring.
They played Dewey's theme, I believe.
Yeah.
And Red Right Hand when Vince got stabbed.
Yep. Yeah, speaking of Vince, I honestly don't know. I don't think he's Stu's nephew. I think that was just a plug-in. I really don't. Excuse me.
I know, like, they're too close in age. Anna Camp, and Kyle Gallner or whatever.
Right. We have 18 people here tonight. That's awesome. Thank you guys for all hanging out. If I don't get to all of your chats right away, you know, obviously it's going to be difficult. I am watching a movie and stuff like that, but I will do my best to catch up with you guys. Tristan saying I headcanon that I want to say I heard that Gail and Dewey has a daughter named Rain Riley, and she will be played by Coco Arquette, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette's real life daughter. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that. That'd be nuts.
Headcanon, like a theory, I think.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I've never heard a theory be referred to that way.
Yeah, like she's like 20.
I'm sorry, Tristan.
Like she's like 20 as well, so like, she would probably fit in with like the Isabel May Tatum or
yep. There goes my guy, Sir Charles. There he is.
Yep. And the guy from Saw.
Yes. Yep. Eric Knudsen. He's another good actor. I'm surprised he doesn't get casted more.
I know, like we still need answers on him too, and like Saw 11 or whatever, like where he is after Saw 2. Like he's not.
I agree.
Like he's not in Saw 3D at all at the meeting.
Right.
Same with Lynn Denland's daughter. Like we don't know what happened to her either after Saw.
Yeah, there's definitely some characters that they can revisit in that franchise and, you know, bring into the modern era.
Yep.
Ah! Hold on, I'm gonna scroll up here in the chat and just catch up because I know I'm like way behind. Yeah, absolutely, Paula. Saying huge clue in the opening. Jenny on the phone with Ghostface asked if this was Trevor. Yep. Shows that they had a little extracurricular relationship. Val saying this is really the one that solidified to me that Gail is sus. Yeah, I remember that theory you had, Val, about Gail possibly like being involved like in the murders throughout. Hey, that would be fucking nuts. It's not surprising she keeps the legacy alive by writing all those books. You know, without Ghostface being around, what does she really have?
And we would never see that coming if she was involved.
Right. That would be nuts. That would be a nice surprise. I'm on board for it. I'm on board for it because it'd be a nice twist. You know what I mean? It would be something that hasn't been out of the realm of possibility, but they're going straight forward with it. And she would probably still end up dying.
Yep.
Another thing, though, what I like about Scream 4 is we got long-haired Sidney again. Kind of like the OG Sidney from the original. I love that.
Yep. I wonder if like her hair will like be like the same for 7. Like she's had time to grow it out and stuff.
Right. Now, I will say this in regards to Guy Busick's interview with Comic Book. He basically hinted that Scream 7's events will take place around 2 to 3 years after Scream 6's events. If that is true, and Sidney's daughter is 16, then that means Sidney's daughter's already born in this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if they're going to set the timeline in 2026 to mark 30 years, you know, of the original murders, then that means that she was already with Mark and already had Tatum, you know, during this time, during her book tour. We just don't see no ring on her finger. So it's possible that her and Mark had Tatum, but they just weren't married yet.
Yep.
Fuck you, Gail. I love this interaction between Gail and Judy.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Judy. If you're gonna start acting like him, you better put a mustache on. Fucking Gail. That's one thing you got to give Gail credit for. She has a great sense of humor. Fucking Betty Crocker. Oh man. See, and again, this movie was so ahead of its time. You know, it's all over the internet, Dewey. Like, and this is why I just wish that instead of just bringing one killer back, they would bring two and bring Charlie back, because Charlie is a big reason why this movie is basically being brought into the new age with the internet and all that stuff, posting the murders on, you know, YouTube or whatever the hell he was posting them on and stuff, like way ahead of its time, man. Way ahead of his time as well. Right, Alex? Ain't that crazy? They really still basically look the same like they did in this movie. Absolutely. I remember watching Raw a few months ago and roryculkin was there in attendance, and I'm just like, man, I said, my boy Charlie looked like he ready to get back in the saddle. The hair's long, he got the clean shave. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, he looks the same. Hasn't aged a bit.
And I think Emma like dyed her hair recently or before Scream 7 too. Like it's like a blonde, like an orangish or something.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, she's just like her aunt Julia. Julia Roberts hasn't really aged that much. She still looks great for her age.
Yep.
I like how Olivia looks at Sydney like, man, I don't want to be around her. I'm Kirby, by the way. Maybe. Fucking Dewey. I had to think about that one for a second. Yes, thank you very much, Val. Definitely shoot that like button, stab it, kick it, punch it, whatever you got to do. I greatly appreciate it.
Click the like button. No.
Yeah, right.
Feed a lemon squares. No.
Yeah, yeah. Feed the like button some lemon squares. Maybe it'll tick up to like 1,000 likes if you give it one. King Matthew saying there was a deleted scene for Scream 4 where Dewey mentions Sydney's dad died of a heart attack. Do you think that's canon? Because I don't think it is. No, King Matthew, it's not. If we didn't hear it in the actual movie, it doesn't count, which is why they need to stop playing with us and bring Neil Prescott back.
I agree.
I don't care if it's for a cliffhanger style kill, something. You got to bring Neil back, in my opinion. Fucking alisonbrie.
Yep.
Dug a hole. I will say this. I feel like, you know, Sydney punching Gail in the face the first and second movie was bitch smacking her in the second. I feel that kind of made Gail a lot tougher in regards to getting physical with certain people as well. You know, she ended up punching Jennifer Jolie, and then she threatens to tarnish, you know, alisonbrie's character's face with her tarnished brand or whatnot. Like, I don't think Gail was really that much of a fighter up until Sidney busted her up a little bit.
I agree.
Sometimes it takes that, you know what I mean, to bring that out of you. Oh, I'm so sorry, Troll. I know I'm behind. If you still need a timestamp, give me 1 second. I am at 27 minutes and 38 seconds. So if you want to set it for 27:45, go ahead. I'm so behind in the chat. I got to catch up. Hey, what's up, Jerry? Nice to see you here, man. Thank you for stopping in. If you need a timestamp as well, let me know if you're still here. I know I'm a few minutes behind in the chat and watching a movie and stuff, but I appreciate you stopping in, Jerry. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes. Yes, Christopher. Yes, yes, yes. Charlie could be alive. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, they make it seem like he got stabbed in the heart. But in my opinion, when you look at the direction where the knife lands, to me, it's away from the heart. And even if he did get stabbed in the heart, there has been people, I did a theory about this a couple years ago on the channel. There has been people that have lived from getting a stab wound to the heart with the proper surgery, with the proper doctors taking care of them. And the person that I basically did a study on, they actually got out of the hospital 2 weeks later and had no complications. So I am definitely in full agreement that Charlie could be alive. And man,
Theory video.
I'm telling you right now, if that happens and I'm in a theater watching Scream 7 and Charlie is revealed with Stu, the whole theater's going to look at me like I'm a damn madman because I'm just going to be like, yes! Like, I'm snapping. I am snapping out. I am going ham.
Oh, yeah. I'll probably do that when we see Stu. Like, I'll probably just be like, yes, finally he's alive or something.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Love this little call back to Trevor sneaking through Jill's bedroom window like Billy did to Sidney.
Yep.
I love his dialogue to her, too. You're a lot shorter in person. You're smaller in person. Fucking Trevor. Oh, man. I like Trevor. He just was, he wasn't loyal, which isn't good.
I know. He was probably my first pick for Ghostface as soon as I saw this movie.
Yeah, because of the whole Woodsbororemake, and you automatically assume that the killer is going to be the boyfriend.
Yeah, like my eyes are going to be on Sam Reckner probably the whole Scream 7, even like if he's not wearing denim.
Right. Yeah, I think he's going to be more like a Trevor character. I think he's going to be like a massive red herring. Like he's going to be made for us to think that he is one of the killers, but he won't be. Yeah. But he's going to be bait, basically.
Oh, yeah.
King Matthew saying Gail had some funny scenes in 5 as well. You told me the killer's back through a fucking text. Yeah, right? Yeah, that was funny. She's hitting Dewey. He's like, ow, that hurts. Yeah, Christopher Sean. Yeah, I think Jill could be alive as well. I mean, I know some people say, oh, she got shot in the heart and she took a defibrillator to the head. But she got up after that defibrillator, shocked her in the head. And, hey, if you don't get shot in the head, I think it's open season to make a comeback. So it's, it's possible.
Yep. And Stu is 100% alive, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially based off of your theory about Scream 1, like when... Yeah.
Huh, that is interesting. I never knew that. King Matthew saying, fun fact, the hospital that we see Dewey die in Scream 5 is the same exact one Jill dies in at the end of 4. Imagine if Jill helped Stu kill Dewey. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, here we go. We're getting to the part where my boy gets to work. One of the best kills in the franchise.
Yep.
Tristan says, here's Sidney and Mark's kids' names and ages Oldest child boy, Derek Prescott. Second born child boy, Randy Prescott. Middle child girl, Tatum Prescott. Youngest child girl, Haley Prescott. Yeah, I mean, I don't know though, Tristan, unless they're going to retcon what we heard in Scream 2022. From what we know of, Sidney has girls, all girls. You know, so I don't think she's going to have any boys. And we haven't gotten any mention of that.
Unless they're like older somehow, like Tatum's age, but.
Right. Yeah, right. They would have to be around that age.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to zoom up here in the chat because I know I'm super behind. Yeah, King Matthew. Yeah, Tara slid the shit out of Gail in that movie. But hey, Gail took it like a champ.
Yep.
Christopher Sean saying at the end of Scream 4, I see Jill lay on her stomach, then it cuts to the press, and then she's laying on her back. Huh. Well, we'll see at the end of this. I'm going to keep a close eye for that because I never noticed that. Tristan saying, I want Gatton Mazzaroto and Mason Thames to play Sidney and Mark's two teenage sons named Derek and Randy. I don't know if they have any sons. I don't think they do. If so, they're definitely retconning things that we didn't hear in Scream 5.
Exactly. Because, like, we only know she has daughters, but maybe.
Christopher Sean saying Kevin Williamson is doing stuff he wanted to do in the franchise. The whole Stu running a Ghostface Cole, Jill surviving in a cliffhanger. See, I would agree with that, but I think that would be too easy because we knew that's what he wanted to do. So I think there will be some implements, like there'll be certain things that he does that does mirror that, but I don't think that Jill is going to be alive in this movie per se to like be the cliffhanger to follow in the next film. But that's just me. I just feel like doing that would be way too obvious.
I agree. Definitely, I hope that the cult happens, though. Yes,
absolutely. And actually, Guy Busick just said that the story itself for Scream 7 originated from James Vanderbilt. Now, me personally, I've never really been a big fan of James's writing in the last two films. I feel like you can tell a clear distinction between him and Guy's writing. But hopefully, you know, with Guy, you know, tweaking it and Kevin tweaking it, it turns out to be a great story.
Yep.
There he is. Yeah. Get her.
Yes. I'm on that scene too. Yes.
Woo! Right to the hand. Kicked her in the stomach. And that's a ruthless Chivato right there, man. People can say what they want about Charlie outside the costume, but in the costume, he is one of the most vicious and violent ghost faces we've seen in the franchise.
So far, just wait until 7.
Right?
Because, like, I heard that there's supposed to be, like, a brutal, brutal death.
Apparently, there's supposed to be an Olivia-style kill.
Wow.
I mean, listen, if you're going to do that, you just might as well bring my boy back. Like, man, he destroyed her.
Yep.
Christopher Sean saying, if Charlie is alive, that adds more drama, more crazy drama. Yes. I feel like him and Stu killing together. Oh my gosh. Like, you see how this room is? Multiply that times 10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. The brutality in that movie would be off the charts.
Ugh.
Yeah. Literally insides on the outsides. Like,
yeah, this looks like a scene from Terrifier.
It does, right?
Yeah.
It will be. Spare me the lecture. I love the dialogue, too, from Ghostface in this movie.
Do you think that that's Charlie talking or Jill for the lecture?
I think it is Charlie talking because I don't feel like Jill had enough time.
Oh yeah, because she's
Possible though. I mean, I just feel like that's Charlie. I like the line. See, like right there. You know what I mean? Like she just pops up. Like I don't think that was her on the phone.
Yeah.
I love what Ghostface says to City though. I'm gonna slit your eyelids shut so you don't blink when I stab you in the face. Like another thing is though, right? Because we always talk about it, you know, like we kind of talked about it in Scream 5 with, you know, the phone call that Sidney got, and it couldn't have been Richie and it couldn't have been Amber because you would have heard that. I mean, I know they want us to suspend disbelief, but I'm sorry, you would have heard Amber talking in that other room. Could that have been Stu talking to Sidney in that scene right here? Could Charlie and Jill have been the first members of the cult? Because remember, the original plan in Scream 3 was to have the Woodsboro Cinema Club, which is in this movie, and those kids that are part of that cinema club be the killers with Stu. So I'm not against it. And plus, you know, Anthony Anderson's character and Adam Brody's character, Perkins and Haas, they basically said that somebody basically distracted them, which led them to running across the house. Well, that doesn't give Charlie that much time to really get in the house and hide. So in my opinion, there may have been another killer.
Oh yeah.
Nice. King Matthew saying, I also think it's crazy that Gail didn't appear in Scream 5 until after Judy died, considering their rivalry in 4. Maybe Gail is the one who called Ghostface, is the one who called for Ghostface to kill Judy. Possibly. I'm telling you, if Val's right on that shit, that Gail has been the killer all along, all I'm saying is we all got to do this to Val. We got to give her praises because she's called this about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Hey, I mean, I think it's definitely up there, man. I think you can make a case that it's right there with Stephen Orff's kill because it's very similar. Why I put Stephen Orff's kill right there with it is because of the slow burning nature that you see his inside slowly tumbling out of his stomach while he's in the chair. I thought that was very, very brutal as well.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Sean saying maybe Jill will be caught again and show up in the Kirby TV show. It's possible. Maybe. Yeah, that too. Yes, King Matthew. I also like that Charlie as a killer because he was similar to Randy, and I think he even mentions at the end, right in front of Sidney, saying the geek finally gets the girl. Yes. Yep. That's another reason why I liked him as well. Yeah, Alex, it's possible. I know in the beginning calling Marnie and Jenny, that was Jill, though, especially with Jenny. That had to be Jill.
Yeah.
Now, I love this scene right here with Gail talking to Charlie and
Robbie
or whatever, because she's like giving all her fucking plans in regards to how to catch the killer, and Charlie's just giving her that shit smirk. Like, yep, just keep feeding me more information so I can keep working around this. I just love that little shit smirk he gives her.
Yep.
What about Sidney? Fucking Gail is such a hater. Yeah, she's the Daniel Radcliffe to my J.K. Rowling. Now, I do wonder if this doctor was just like an homage to Stephen Orff, or was he related? Because his last name is Dr. Orff.
Yeah, I do wonder.
I liked Robbie too, man. I thought he was cool. That is a good point, Destin. Hey, my buddy, Destination Station, my brother from another motherfucking mother in the chat. What's up, bro? Glad you can make it in. I don't know if you saw the link I sent you earlier, but if you want to hop on, bro, fire up the movie and come on. Saying it's Charlie on the phone because there's a deleted scene where Charlie says it will be by the water fountain. Yup, and they cut it because it would have been too obvious. Yes. Very, very true, Destin. I forgot about that water fountain scene. That is very, very true. Yes. You're fired. See, a lot of people don't feel like that, Christopher, that Charlie got really dark there after the reveal. Some people just feel like, and I kind of don't feel that way neither. I felt like he was basically the same guy, and that's why I liked him, because it wasn't no over-the-topness. It wasn't no real darkness to him. He was literally the same person that we saw before the reveal, and I kind of like that aspect to him because we're so used to getting the killers being somewhat aggressive and stuff for the most part anyway, like overly aggressive, like Roman, even somewhat a little goofy, Mickey, Mrs. Loomis, so on and so forth, Stu. So I thought Charlie really stood out because he really didn't defer that much from when he was out of costume to when he was in costume. It's just that when he was in costume, wash the fuck out because he is violent and I love it.
I agree.
I forgot who Robbie was grabbing, but he got real intense, really intense, scary. Yeah. I thought Robbie was one of the killers when I first watched this movie because of the whole camera and his, channel and stuff like that.
I probably did too.
King Matthew III saying this is a crazy theory, but what if Robbie was in the kills because after Gale gets stabbed in this film, Robbie gets drunk. Maybe he was dealing with the guilt of almost killing Gale. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he was. I just feel like he was there. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he was there for what he was there for. He was just a normal kid who liked a lot of horror movies, who wanted to run his podcast and all that stuff. Like, I really don't think Robbie was in on the kills. I don't. However, if there is a case to be made out of anybody else in the friend group that was a killer that didn't get revealed, it was Kirby. And I'll explain why when we get there. There's a couple scenes in here that really make Kirby very, very suspicious. To where if you wanted to revisit that aspect and say she was an undercover Ghostface all the way back to here, I think you could do that. What's up, DJ? I hope you're having a great night, man. Thank you for hopping in. If you need a timestamp, let me know. Yeah, he did. He did seem like a Ghostface when I first watched this movie. I'm not even going to lie. Oh, no, Chris. No. I'd like to see Charlie wipe the floor with Ethan. I would like to see that. I'm not the biggest fan of Ethan Landry, even though I do think there's a case to be made that he did do a lot of the kills in Scream 6. Some don't agree with that, but I think he actually did because I think he wanted to impress his dad. If you watch that final act scene and how Detective Bailey is basically praising Richie, you see the hurt in Ethan's eyes. You do. I think he did a lot of those kills to impress Wayne. But Ethan, his reveal, just a lot of people cut on Charlie for his reveal. I think Ethan's reveal was worse. It was so goofy. We still got 16 people here in the chat. You guys are awesome, and it's almost 11 o'clock at night. Thank you guys for all hanging out, watching some Scream 4. I'm glad I did this watch party because, like I said, this finished a close second in the votes. You know, in regards to the voting pool that we had, Scream 1996 obviously beat it out. But that's why I just said, you know what? This was so close. People obviously want to watch it. I haven't watched it in a while. I want to see my boy Charlie Walker get his kills in. Let's have a great time and let's revisit this.
Heck yeah.
Later, fucking Dewey. Nice little throw off the roof.
Yep.
A la CC Cooper. Excuse me. That's one thing. Another thing you got to give credit to Gail for. She's such a pit bull that she will find information that others can't.
Exactly.
You know, she is definitely good at her job. Yeah, Paula saying, "Oh, this was 10 minutes ago. Holy shit! This was one of the scariest and most disturbing kills." Olivia, I mean, yes, absolutely, Paula. I agree.
Yep.
Absolutely, DJ. Yep. And I think, like I said, not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday, we'll do Phantasm too.
Yep. Hopefully I can make it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to join the panel, yeah, let me know.
Yep, because I go to like the cottage in June 8th to June 12th. So
Okay.
I'll see.
See, making your art as immortal as you. See, you know what I mean? So, like, even in death, his legacy as a killer remains intact. I think that is a brilliant idea. And also, and I said this in one of my last videos in regards to like Randy Meeks, what is cool about this scene in regards to the rules being laid out, there's a killer and a protagonist telling the rules at the same time. First time we've ever seen that in the Scream franchise.
Yep.
King Matthew's saying, what if Kirby really isn't her name and Kirby is actually revealed to be Stu's sister? And we see Kirby as a killer in Scream 7 if she returns. I mean, that would be insane. If Kirby is Stu's sister? Wow. I never heard that theory before. I'm not against it. But I feel like if she was, that Dewey would know that. They would know that. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. I feel like Dewey would have known that Kirby was Stu Macher's sister.
Then again, Sydney has no clue who like Judy is though either in this movie.
Yeah, she doesn't remember her. Tiger Lily. She doesn't remember her. Yeah, she doesn't remember her from class. So now that's another person that was on my hit list, especially because of that scene in the hallway. I was like, ooh, maybe Judy. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, she's a little creepster in there. You know? I would have loved to see Judy as a killer. That would have been great. Like, that would have been cool as hell to have Judy as a killer. I think it would have been something different. You wouldn't expect it, and it would have fit into the theory that a cop was the killer.
Oh, yeah. Maybe poison, like, the lemon squares.
Right? That'd be a unique kill.
I know, because, like, they would probably, like, taste the same as always, and then just...
Would explain why Gail said it tastes like ass. See, and I didn't notice this, when I was first watching this movie in the theater with my cousins, but Jill is rocking a flannel. And just like with Charlie, he was rocking a flannel too. And usually the killers who rock the flannels, the people who are the killers rock flannels. So I did not catch that. I didn't even know about that little tidbit until I became a content creator.
Wow.
Yeah, I never noticed that aspect at all. Never really paid attention to it.
Now my eyes are going to be on everybody wearing flannel in the movies.
Yeah, right. That's what I do now too.
Yep.
Whoever's got a flannel, they're on the suspect list.
Oh yeah.
Tristan saying Sabrina Carpenter should play Hannah/Holly in Scream 7. Well, I think they already have the cast already like set and stuff, and they're already done filming, so I don't think she's going to be in it.
Yeah, I think that's McKenna Grace's character, I believe. I could be wrong. For the Hannah Holly.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, because that's supposed to be Sydney's other kids, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I know Hannah was supposed to be the name before. So possibly. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to find out. I just know that they're focusing heavily on Isabel May as Tatum. Now, right there, that scene when Jill basically like creeps back in to look at Sydney, that right there, when you go back and rewatch the movie, kind of gives it away that she's a killer. But you wouldn't have thought about it initially because you just wouldn't take your mind there, I think.
Yep.
Christopher Sean saying Brad Pitt said that Phantasm 2 was the first movie he auditioned for when he went to LA as Mike. James LaGrosse / Phantasm 2 Mike is said a lot to look like Brad Pitt. Huh, that's interesting.
Wow.
I can't wait to watch it now to see if, the comparisons are there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. A troll, she did go flying. Here we go. Stabathon.
Yep.
It'll most likely be not this upcoming Monday, so the following Monday. So what's Monday? Is that the 1st of June, right?
Give me
Monday.
1 second.
Yeah. Check that for me real quick, Shannon. I appreciate it. Because if Monday is the 1st of June, then I'll have it on the 8th.
Yeah, Monday is June 1st.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do that on the 8th. The
Cool, I can make it then.
2. Nice. The Phantasm 2 live watch party.
Yep.
See, and this is another thing about Charlie, is that he also knows how to captivate to a group of people by running Stabathon and stuff like that, which is why I feel like he would be the perfect partner for Stu and a Stu-led cult.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Stu could be the ringleaders. You know what I mean? Like, man, I wish they would do that, but I don't know. It's looking really bleak. I do feel like we're going to see every single killer in the franchise in Scream 7, but a lot of them is going to be AI.
Oh, yeah, especially like the ones that are confirmed dead, like Mickey and them.
Yes. Well, see, that's the thing, though, too, Shannon, is that a lot of people think Mickey could be alive because he was never shot in the head neither. So,
Okay,
but I think he was shot so many times. I mean, I feel like I personally don't think Mickey would ever come back.
Yeah.
See, like this scene right here where Gail's setting up all the cameras and stuff like that. When she sets up the first camera where the movie's playing on the prompter, Kirby is sitting right there in the front.
Oh, yeah, I just realized that.
And it's so ironic that when Gail goes back to check her footage, the first camera that gets covered is the one in the front. And Kirby is no longer sitting in her seat. On top of that, a lot of people think it was Jill to be the one to stab Gail because she basically mentioned about the matching wounds. But I don't think it was Jill because, one, Kirby was her ride. She didn't have a car, and easily Charlie or Kirby could have told her what happened to Gail. Easily. So I don't think it was Jill in this scene. I don't. I will say, though, that there are multiple killers. And Eric from the Bearded Entertainment pointed this out when we watched Scream 4 to sift through the evidence of my theories that I was talking about in regards to Kirby. If Kirby is the one covering the camera that is in the front, there has to be other killers that are there covering the other cameras because it literally happens at the same time. Yep. So, again, could the cult be in this movie? It just wasn't revealed.
Maybe.
Like, how what can you get fucking Dewey? Paula saying that would be cool. What are you referring to, Paula? Let me know. Preston saying never say never. Hey, if Chad can be brought back after being stabbed a gazillion times, anybody can be brought back, in my opinion, if they do it right. But it can't be just brought back just to bring them back. It has to have a great explanation as to how they're alive.
Maybe a nightmare sequence or something.
Right. DJ asking at 8 o'clock. I'll probably set it for between 8 and 9 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, we'll see.
Yep, count me in.
Christopher says AI Mickey makes sense to mess with Sydney's mind. Maybe the relatives of the dead Ghostfaces provide pictures and personality input to create these AI Ghostfaces. They want the revenge. Hey, it's possible. I even pitched the idea, if we're going to get a Charlie Walker style kill in Scream 7, but Charlie isn't alive, could Charlie have a brother? Could he have a sister? Could he have a family member that is helping with these murders, which is why we get a Charlie Walker style kill? It's definitely possible.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jamie, what's going on?
Hi, Jamie.
So good to see you. Holy shit, it's been a minute, girl. I'm so glad you're able to make it in tonight. If you want to watch the movie with us, Jamie, let me know. I'll give you a timestamp. I am at 1 hour and 3 seconds.
Yep.
That is so awesome to see you, Jamie. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you are doing well. We got to reconnect soon here. I got to hit you up on Instagram, even if it's just for a phone call. We got to talk, girl. It's been a hot minute. I miss you. Alex saying, Marcus, can I ask you something? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something to drink, and I will answer your question, Alex, because I ain't going to lie. I'm getting parched over here. I need some soda.
I just finished my soda.
Nice.
So I'll probably get another one.
Damn, I ain't even gonna lie. This Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar is not too bad. I usually don't drink the zero sugar sodas, but it's not too bad. It's still got some good flavor to it.
Oh yeah, I got some sugar, zero sugar sparkling water.
Yeah, that's your jam, isn't it? You always do that.
And iced cappuccinos. And iced cappuccinos, I like that like daily. Trey knows, my friend.
Oh, iced cappuccinos do fucking bang.
I like live across the street from like 2 Tim Hortons. So
nice. See, now you make me want an iced coffee or iced cappuccino. Damn.
Sorry.
It's all good. I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow. I might just get me a case. See, that's the beautiful thing now that they sell some of the Starbucks ones in the stores. So it's like, I need to grab me some.
Oh, yeah.
Movie cop rule. Now, this is another fun fact, Shannon. I don't know if you knew about this, and Destin put me onto this. Adam Brody, initially, his character, Hoss, was supposed to be Ghostface.
I never knew that.
Yep.
Wow.
They were going to make him Ghostface, but then they switched everything around.
Wow.
I think he would have played a great Ghostface. I would have loved to see that play out.
Oh, yeah, especially like a cop pretending like he's normal, and then bam.
Yep.
Surprise, Sydney, or whatever. Surprise.
King Matthew saying, if you notice, Jill got slashed in the same arm that Derek in Scream 2 gets slashed at when the killer first attacks in Scream 4. Yeah. Yep. Good point, King Matthew.
Oh, no.
Jamie said, I am 100% all better. That's what I like to fucking hear, Jamie. That's what I like to hear. Saying having a stroke was super scary, but I'm a tough cookie to crumble. Yes, you are.
Aww.
You know, I had no doubt that you would make a full recovery from that shit because you are a tough cookie and you have a big heart. And I know that's your last name, but I mean that sincerely. Like, you have always had such a big heart, and I knew that you would persevere through that shit. You know what I mean? I'm so glad to hear that you are 100% all better. We gotta get together for a stream, a phone call. We got to get all that. We got to catch up, girl. Alex asking, have you ever seen Dario Argento's opera? I think maybe Charlie got some inspiration from that movie. In one of the early scripts, it even said he was into Argento. Huh, that's interesting. I didn't think I heard something about that, like in a deleted scene or something like that, like, or a deleted part of the script that they did mention that Charlie was an Argento fan. So, no, I have never seen opera. That might have to go on the list for movies to watch.
Yeah, me neither.
Destin saying, I'll keep everyone entertained. I am your host. How is everyone? LOL. Fucking Destin. Bro, I sent you the link if you want to come in. I sent that to you before the stream even started. So if you want to jump in, Destin, go for it. If not, you're cool, brother. Just hang out. What the fuck? Fucking Anthony Anderson. His comedic timing has always been great.
Yep.
I said, what the fuck? Stab right in the head. And he starts swinging at nothing. I always thought that scene was great. I know some people thought it was a little over the top because he got stabbed in the head, but I didn't mind it.
Fuck Bruce Willis. I forgot about my drink.
Yeah, you see that, right, Destin? Christopher Song saying Charlie is a legend in the Scream world. That is right. That is right. They might even have a drink called Charlie Walker that is made. Man, if they do, I hope they made it good. I'm not much of a drinker like I used to be back in the day, but I'll try that shit out. You know, to pay homage to my boy, my favorite killer. Tristan saying, here's a theory. I think the girl with the dark brown curly hair on the couch beside Stu in Scream 1 could be Leslie Mocker because she and Stu look alike, and why else would Stu be beside her at the whole time at the party? See, I initially did a theory video about that, and I'm not saying she couldn't be because we didn't see her leave the house neither. There's a few characters from the original movie that we didn't see leave the house. I just feel like if that's the case, where does she go? You know, if that was Leslie, you know what I mean? Could she have been lurking in the shadows, watching everything play out? Sure. You know what I mean? Could she have even helped Stu, like, fake his death or whatever? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know if they're going to reveal that. I really don't. That she was one of them. Like, I feel like this. Excuse me. If it was any of the girls that was sitting next to Stu, being that a lot of people think Anna Camp is going to be Leslie Mocker, she's blonde, it would be the blonde-haired girl who's sitting next to the curly-haired, dark-haired one. So, it's possible, though.
But, like, we don't know what Stu's parents, like, look like either. Like, one could have
Right.
blonde, one could have, like, brown.
Very good point, Shannon.
Yeah, like, we never get mentions of them or nothing.
Now, that was Jill, who was on the phone with Sydney right there, talking about the family ties that cut deep, you know, the ones you care about the most, because they had that conversation earlier in the movie. Now, one thing that Wes Craven did so well with directing in regards to what they didn't do in Scream 5 and Scream 6, Wes didn't allow you to see what time it was on a computer and all that stuff. Like, he didn't give you a timestamp of when the events was happening. In Scream 5 and in Scream 6, you could see on their cell phones what time, which is how in Scream 6 we were able to bring into question, was that really Bailey who was basically attacking the sisters leading into the bodega scene? Because it would have been really, really hard for him to get there that fast. Like, in like 2-3 minutes. That's something that Wes was brilliant at doing, was, you know, not showing too much, even if we want to see that. Ooh, poor Kate.
Yep.
She was another character I wish we would have got more backstory on, because of the whole, no one ever asked me about my scars. You know what I mean? Like, I always wondered what she meant by that. Like, maybe, you know, the scars that, like, the trauma she went through, maybe being criticized for being Marine's sister, people, you know, judging her because of Marine's past and stuff like that, or because she's Sydney's aunt, stuff of that nature. I really wish they would have touched up more on that.
I agree.
And this was another scene that made Judy very suspicious.
Definitely.
Ooh, that sounds banging. Trey saying, try the vanilla ice caps. Game changer. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Fuck is my pen? I need to write that down. Vanilla iced caps. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to check them out at the store tomorrow. I hope they have them, because certain things in PA that we have, y'all don't get, like, wherever y'all are. Like, you know what I mean? Whether you're in America, whether you're in Canada like Shannon and stuff like that. Like, for instance, I brought up, like, Lebanon sweet bologna or whatever, and Destin didn't have a fucking clue what I was talking about. I don't know if you were here for that stream. Was you here for that stream, Shannon?
Maybe, but I don't know what you guys are talking about either.
No, it was Katie. Katie who was here from Popping the Popcorn. I brought up, because we were watching The Shining, and I brought up Lebanon sweet bologna. And Destin was like, what the hell is that? And I'm just like, you've never had sweet bologna before? And stuff. But it's a PA thing. I never knew it was exclusive to just my state. I thought every other state had it.
Huh.
But it's fucking definitely banging. Love me some sweet Lebanon bologna. Basically, you ever had deer meat before, Shannon?
I don't think so.
Oh, what? Oh, my God. Fucking deer meat is the shit. But basically, Lebanon sweet bologna is somewhat like deer meat.
Nice.
Awesome. You feel that? A charge between us? Fucking Charlie. Yeah. He loved him some Kirby, man.
Oh yeah.
And it's a damn shame because my boy, he was very close. Like, he was closer than Randy ever was to getting Sydney, to getting his girl. He was close.
Yep.
Kirby actually liked him. She just kept playing games with his ass.
Yep.
Alex saying in the movie, the killer actually makes the protagonist unable to blink. It's kind of like what Charlie said when he called Sydney. There's also a scene where someone's hand gets stabbed. Yeah, that was Olivia.
Yep.
That was when he was killing off Olivia. Yeah, she got stabbed right in the hand. I'll also point this out that in Scream 5, they name dropped Charlie. Ghostface said his name was Charlie. And Ghostface stabs Tara through the hand.
Wow.
Now, you could say that's an homage and all that stuff, but I beg to differ. I think my boy Charlie is out there somewhere with Stu, gutting people up, and they're going to be coming back in Scream 7 to grace us with their physical presence once again and reveal that they are indeed alive. You know, I think for the most part, if they are going to bring Charlie back, it will be by AI, but I am hoping through an outside chance, because of what we saw in Scream 5, that they do bring him back, man. Oh, man. Like I said, him and Stu together. Oh, man. Wow. That would be a fantastic Scream movie, in my opinion. The kills in that movie would be so off the charts and so violent and so vicious and so brutal. Like, and if they're saying this is supposed to be the most brutal Scream movie yet, what two better guys? Like,
Oh yeah.
oh my goodness, man. Oh, please.
Especially Charlie, like with it, whatever if he's one of the ghost faces in 7.
Oh my goodness. What? Oh man. Listen, I'm telling you, Shannon, listen, I'm gonna have that whole theater looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm snapping out. I might even do the old school like King Kong. I'm being serious. Like, I will flip out if he is revealed to be alive with Stu.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Robbie. There's an outside chance.
I'm probably gonna go see it on my drive-in.
You got to drive in there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
I'll
so
probably go
dope.
see Scream 7 there, so that way I can be like, "Oh my god!" Instead of somebody being like, "Be quiet," or
See, that's some old school shit right there, Shannon. I wish we had that around here. We don't have a lot of those around here like that. They only do those every once in a while. I would love to go to a drive-in and watch Scream 7. Not saying fuck the theater, because I would probably end up going to watch it again in the theater. But if I could watch it at a drive-in, that would be tight.
Oh yeah. And then there would be like nobody being like, "Be quiet," or whatever.
Oh, hell yeah, Jamie. Jamie said, absolutely, Sunday is my birthday, so I'll be doing a live stream that night. I'm ready to come back. Now, I do have the Fear Street watch party I'm doing that night, but let me know what time you're going live, Jamie, because if so, then I might work around my schedule and schedule the Fear Street watch party for a little bit earlier so that I can at least be in the chat when you do your live stream. All right, I'm catching up with everybody in the chat because I know I'm behind by like 12 minutes. Paul is saying, I love Sabrina Carpenter, but I wouldn't mind seeing Ariana Grande as the rich friend. Actually, that's supposed to be McKenna Grace's character. She's supposed to play the rich girl in Scream 7. The Brooke Maddox, if you will. That's who it reminds me of, Brooke Maddox from the Scream TV show.
Yep. I remember that show.
I love the first 2 seasons. 3rd season, when I go back and rewatch it, it's actually not that bad. It's kind of grown on me a little bit. I like the fact that they actually brought back the original Ghostface costume. I just wish that they would have waited to do that and finished the Lakewood story first.
I know, like, who killed Kieran or whatever?
Exactly.
Like, we know that it was probably the dad, but
right.
Emma's dad, but still.
Well, a lot of people think it was Emma's dad, and actually Destin had an interesting theory, and I like it a lot, that what if it wasn't Emma's dad, it was Emma's mother? What if it was Maggie that was basically, she took on the role as Ghostface to keep her secret that she was the original killer of the original murders that Brandon James got blamed for.
Oh yeah, because like there was like a note or whatever that said her like the mask.
Yep. Fucking Robbie's so drunk that he doesn't even know his camera's on backwards.
I would probably do that too, like if I had a GoPro or something.
Yeah, right. I probably would too if I was intoxicated like that. Now, one thing I want to point out here when Charlie kills him, and you see it a couple times in the movie, especially in Olivia's kill, like Stu, like we see him with the double hands, clutched on a knife.
Yep.
Charlie has his own distinct way of stabbing. He likes to stab from the side. And I thought that was a really nice touch to give the character in Ghostface a new way to come from a different angle, so to speak, with stabbing people.
Yep.
Preston saying Dave Cameron should play Leslie Mocker's daughter, Stu's niece, and Vince's sister. Like, come on, Dave Cameron and Matthew Lillard looks alike.
Dove Cameron.
Do you mean his son? That he should play Leslie Mocker's son?
It's Dove Cameron, not Dave.
Dove?
Cameron.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, it is Dove Cameron. I'm sorry, I my eyesight's blurry from a distance. But Dove Cameron. So is that a girl?
Yeah.
I've never heard of the person. That's why I asked. Okay. So Dove Cameron should play Leslie Mocker's daughter, Stu's niece, and Vince's sister. Like, come on, Dove Cameron and Matthew Lillard look alike. I'd have to check her out. I've never even heard of her. I feel like Asa Germain looks like a younger Matthew Lillard in certain features and stuff. So I feel like he's going to be, obviously he's Leslie's son. I think if they're going to reveal her as a killer, he'd be a killer as well, and he'd be Stu's other nephew if Vince was actually really his nephew, which I actually now bring into question.
Oliver.
Horror Queen saying, I love deer meat. Yes, deer meat is the shit. Hell yes.
Never had.
Yo, what's up, Slim Bates? Thank you for stopping in. Scream 4 was on earlier today on Cinemax. Nice. Nice. Hell yes. And we're watching it here.
Yep.
The one kill in this movie that always makes me flinch is when Jill shoots that guy. Trevor, yeah. I hate when the private parts get, tampered with. It always makes me cringe as well. I do want to say, Slim Bates, if you need a timestamp, if you want to watch the rest of the movie, we're in the final act, let me know. I'll give you a timestamp. Saying, just got done with OG Scream. Scream 2 is next. Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you for stopping in and hanging out for a little bit, Slim. I appreciate you. Tristan saying, if Leslie isn't a ghost face, it's possible then the third act happened in Scream 1. Stu and Billy tied her up in a room to finish her off later after they killed Sidney, which they obviously failed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think Stu would do that to his own sister. That's me, especially if we expect him to need her help later on,
Yeah.
I think Leslie wasn't there the night of the original murders. I think she might have been in college because she's a couple years older than Stu.
Yep, I think so too.
Okay, so like this scene, obviously Charlie's banging on the door and begging Kirby to let him in. Now, another reason why I find Kirby very suspicious is because she lies to Sidney. She said the router was smashed to the internet. But when you look at her phone, when Ghostface goes to call her, you see full Wi-Fi bars, which means the router is not smashed. She lied. Why did she lie? You know, like, I think they were going to make Kirby a killer in this movie. Well, Kirby was a killer, and then the original plans for Jill in Scream 5, we would have seen Kirby revealed as one of the, basically, that she was in on it with Charlie and Jill, but Jill basically went rogue on both of them. Yep. She put Charlie up to stabbing Kirby, and then she ended up stabbing Charlie. That's how I think that scenario played out.
Yep.
Paula saying, I noticed Jill is in her final outfit. What do you mean by that, Paula?
Maybe the denim?
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think she was wearing a flannel still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Oh my God, Slim. Bro. Nobody's left. Everybody's going down if this would happen. Even Sidney might be off the table at that point. What? Charlie, Stu, Mickey would be a damn super team. You damn right, man. Oh my goodness. Wow. Carnage candy, for sure. Carnage candy, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, Alex saying I'm talking about Dario Argento's opera. Yeah, I never watched that, so that might be on the list. I'll put that on the list for future watch parties.
Heck yeah.
Got that bad boy written down right now. And Kirby obviously must have got it right. You know what I mean? But I obviously think she might have even gotten it wrong, but the plan was just to lure her outside so that she could untie Charlie and then he turns on her.
Yep.
Oliver saying, if I was Ghostface, I wouldn't use a knife. I would use an axe instead. Heads be flying. That'd be cool. I mean, listen, I would like to see in Scream 7 Ghostface use different weapons. I think that would be a nice thing to see. We got a glimpse of it in Scream 6 with the shotgun. You know what I mean? I don't want them to stray away from the hunting knife completely. But yeah, give us an axe kill. That would be cool as shit. Imagine seeing Ghostface with an axe. Nuts. 4 years of classes together and you notice me now? Stupid bitch. It's too late now. Fucking Charlie. That's a good line too. Doesn't happen as fast as it does in the movies. I know. Like, because he makes a great point. You know what I mean? It really doesn't. Like, but even then, like, you see him like grabbing his head. Like, I don't feel like he really wanted to do that to Kirby. I feel like Jill made him do that. Like, I really do. I feel like him walking off like that and grabbing his head like frustrated shows he did not want to stab Kirby. Now, this is another thing that's interesting, Shannon. Who walked in the basement when Sidney said Kirby? Because Jill and Charlie are upstairs at this point.
Yeah, there must be a third ghost face. Maybe more than that.
I mean, we never did get to see Kirby's body laying outside. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah. And we know for a fact ghost faces can use certain things underneath their clothing, blood packs and all that stuff to make it look like a wound and stuff like that. Yeah. That could have been the case with Kirby.
I agree.
See, man. Boy is a fucking genius, man. Like, and even Jill gives him his credit for that. She says Charlie was the idea man. Like, and the fact that he came up with this idea to have social media and the internet play into getting the murders noticed and basically the Ghostface legacy becoming immortal, you gotta give him credit as one of the best Ghostfaces, in my opinion, man, because that's new, that's innovative. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't see nothing like that before. That was fresh, if you ask me, like, for a Ghostface killer.
Yep.
Dom saying Charlie is the GOAT. I wouldn't say he's the GOAT. I acknowledge that, in my opinion, especially if we get Stu back. Stu is a more charismatic and better killer. You know what I mean? But he's definitely up there. Definitely one of the GOATs.
Yep.
Trey saying she doesn't really look like Matthew Lillard to me, though. I'm gonna take a look at her and myself and let you guys know what I think about that then. Tristan saying, but she didn't left the house. Who are you talking about, Tristan? Let me know, because I know I'm a few minutes behind in the chat. Yeah, Dom, like, yo, Kirby's suspicious, man, in this movie. Like I said, I think the original plan was that Kirby, Charlie, and Jill were the original Cult of Stu members, and basically Jill just went rogue. Which is why we didn't get Kirby revealed, and which is why we didn't get Stu revealed. That's my theory in that regard. Hey, thank you so much, Slim. I appreciate that, man. Saying, salute to the channel. I'll definitely drop in consistently. Love hearing others' thoughts on these movies. Yes, absolutely. Love to have you here in the community. Definitely hang out with us for more conversations. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the love, man. I appreciate it. From everybody here. We've consistently had about 20 people hanging out with us tonight. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to lie, that's like been like the biggest crowd consistently that we've had since I've been back. So I'm so grateful for you guys. You know what I mean? And it's a testament to the fact that I've been able to give you guys more content. So you guys are seeing that and you guys are coming and hanging out. And I appreciate it so much. Damn traitor, Jill, stabbing my boy like that. See, and another thing, though, people say even Charlie acknowledges that he got stabbed in the heart. Well, no shit. When you get stabbed in the chest, your first instinct, your first thought is, I'm getting stabbed in the heart.
Yep.
Doesn't mean he was stabbed in the heart.
Exactly.
And if you look at that where she stabbed him, that is more towards like the shoulder area, in my opinion. Like, I don't think he's dead, man. I don't care what anybody says, man. They need to bring my boy back. He's even still moving right there. He's still convulsing a little bit. He's still moving. And we don't ever see Charlie's body like get taken to the hospital. None of that. He doesn't get shot in the head. Nothing. Like, bro, they need to bring my boy back. Stop playing with me, Scream 7. Bring him back. Bring him back with Stu. This was a great motive by Jill, in my opinion. I liked it. You know, wanting to become Sidney, but basically the killer version of Sidney. Like, I'm going to play the victim like you are, but I'm actually a killer.
Yep. I wonder what the motive of 7 will be. Revenge?
Apparently, it's supposed to be a new motive.
Huh.
So, we'll see. I mean, she had a great point, though, in regards to, especially even nowadays, you know, you don't really have to achieve much to be famous anymore. You don't. You really do not have to achieve too much to be famous anymore. You know what I mean? You could literally just do something very simple, and if your shit goes viral, you're famous. In so many words. To some degree. So Jill was right about that. And then just the fact that she literally goes out her way to do what she does to herself to make herself look like a victim, that's badass to me. I will give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? She played the shit out of that role. Emma did. She played the shit out of this role. She did a great job.
Yep.
Paula saying Kirby is killing it right now. I'm telling you, Paula, I think Kirby definitely was a secret Ghostface. They just never were able to get to that point because Scream 4 financially didn't do what they wanted it to do. And we know what happened. They didn't get to make Scream 5, that version of Scream 5, so on and so forth. But I definitely do think Kirby was involved, man. Like there's too much evidence. And then on top of that, like I always say, she was Jill's ride. She was Jill's way around. You know what I mean? So like it would make sense that she would be involved. Tristan saying someone should contact Angela Miller and ask her if she'd be down to return to Scream and play Leslie Mocker. Angela Miller, who is that?
I think that she's like the girl on the couch that Tristan's talking about, like the one that he thinks is Leslie in Scream 1.
Oh, okay. So that's her real name. Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah. Got you. I mean, hey, it's not impossible. You know what I mean? It's not impossible. Is that the blonde Tristan or the black curly-haired one?
The dark curly-haired is what he's saying.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's possible, but I don't know. I just feel like her friend in the blonde would be the one. But again, we did see the black curly-haired girl say, I'm going to leave you boys alone. And we don't see her leave the house. So it's possible she could be Leslie. It's not impossible. Hey, a troll, I think it's possible as well. A troll saying, what if Sydney suspects her daughter in Scream 7 since Jill surprised her? I'm not going to say that she's not going to think Tatum's, a suspect. What I will say is I think that we are going to see a lot of like Laurie Strode, Halloween H2O come out of Sydney in regards to being that overbearing, overprotective parent to where that's where it's going to cause some friction between her and Tatum. That's how I see that playing out. Yeah, thank you, Slim. Like, he did not want to do it. He didn't. He did not want to kill Kirby. He did not want to stab her, man. My boy got upset. Like, and rightfully so. Like, because he was right there. He had it. He had Kirby in the palm of his hands. And because of fucking Jill, he let it go, man. Makes me mad, man.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to scroll up here more in the chat because I know I'm super behind. Paula saying Jill has that Jan Brady syndrome. It's funny as hell. That was a good one, Paula. Alex saying he might have dextrocardia. If so, he can survive. You're going to make me look that up, Alex. I don't know what that is, but you're going to make me look it up, man.
I can probably.
Because if that's the way he can be alive, I mean, hey, maybe I'll do a theory video about it.
Yes.
Never know. Let's get it. Any way to bring Charlie back, man. I am down for it, as long as it makes sense.
Oh yeah, now I see it.
The look on Jill's face when Dewey tells her that Sydney might make it, like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? Like, come on, like, fuck. This ain't gonna be as easy as I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, Dom, great point. Saying, well, if even more suspicious in Scream 6, because she apparently exposed by Bailey saying she went off the rails and she's not in the FBI no more, then she shows up with bruises on her. Yeah, I always thought that when Chad hit Ghostface with the camera that was Kirby. because when the killers reveal themselves, they don't have any bruises or anything from Chad hitting them in the head with that camera. But yet, Kirby does. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, hey, me and Destin talked about it many times with Scream 6. Kirby, even in that movie, she was very, very suspicious. Just like when she goes to leave the police station with Bailey or whatever, when she says, I got to take this call, I'll check back with you later. Who called Kirby in that scene to where she had to walk out of the room? So she was definitely suspicious, not only in Scream 4, she was suspicious in Scream 6.
Yep. Now I'm going to do a theory on Kirby being Ghostface. Thank you, Gene.
Hey, it's possible. Like, it is really possible. Like, from what we've seen in 2 movies with the character being in it, especially in this one, because people loved her character so much that they overlooked that aspect of it. You know what I mean? To me, you could definitely make a case that she was going to be turned out to be Ghostface, possibly in Scream 5. In the original plans for Scream 5. We got 22 people here in the chat. We just got a nice little spike up. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. We are in the final act of Scream 4. We're in the hospital scene where Sidney is getting choked up by Jill right now. You know, Jill saying, you know, what are you, Michael fucking Myers? Always loved that line. So we're basically hitting the home stretch, you guys. But I appreciate every single one of you being here. Dove does look like him. Just look at their eyes, Tristan says to Trey. I mean, I'm going to take a look at it after the stream. Thank you, Paula. Saying Charlie is more like Stu. Yes, there are definitely similarities, especially in regards to Billy always getting the credit over Stu and Jill getting the credit over Charlie. Absolutely. Hey. I mean, possibly King Matthew saying, actually, I think Charlie saying my heart could mean that he was saying Jill broke his heart, betraying him. Hey, you could play it off that way. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Possibly, Tristan, we'll see. She never left the house. Fucking Jill. The ending was supposed to be at the house. This is just silly. I love Jill's dialogue here with Gail too. Also, if you notice in 6, a guy with a hood walks past Sam and Tara in the phone, dead ass look like Charlie. I said that too. Even though, you know, they Craven did blow it up. Excuse me. And brightened it up. It wasn't Roy. I don't think that was just any coincidence. I think that this guy who favored Roryculkin a little bit was put there as a clue. I do. And I stand by that. Yeah, I agree, Paula. She definitely was. All right, I'm going to scroll up and catch up, you guys, because I am about 7-8 minutes behind. Yo, what's up, That Sounds Scary? Thank you for stopping in. It's been a while. Saying Scream 3, Matthew Lillard's character, Stu Macher, is alive and running a cult of high schoolers, of Ghostfaces to do his dirty work, all while behind bars. But they decided to go in a different route, thereby making the lore of what is Scream about the way that it is now. Meaning Stu Macher is dead, 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 maggot food, gone, history. We're only going to have... I guess you're finishing out the rest of that comment. That sounds scary. I disagree with you. I don't think he's dead. I don't. Not at all. Nope. He's not dead. Just because they decided to go in a different route with Scream 3, we know why they went in a different route. Because Columbine happened. If Columbine doesn't happen, then we get that Stu Macher movie before, you know. So I don't think he's dead. I think there have been plenty of plausible clues that showed that he is alive. And there is a reason why Matthew Lillard is being brought back in Scream 7, and they're saying that his presence is going to have a major role in the film. Now, my theory, based on what we know so far, is that it's a possibility we don't get Stu revealed in 7, that he will get revealed in 8 if they go back to Woodsboro. But given what the article with Guy Busick said that I'm going to be doing a video on, there's a possibility Stu could not only be revealed in Scream 7, we may be going to 2 different locations. We may be in Indiana for one part and then in Woodsboro for another part. So we'll see. Okay, that sounded scary. Said have him back along with other dead characters because of some AI tech or an updated version of the voice modulator Roman had in Scream 3, thereby again making it parallel Scream 3 like 5. Yeah, I disagree, man. But hey, we're entitled to our own opinions, right? We feel how we feel, and that's what makes this community so great. Yes, Christopher Sean. Jill has awesome dialogue. Yes, she does. Mm-hmm. I love when she says to Gail, "Get out here, you skinny bitch." That shit always geeks me out. And that is the end of the film, guys. Fucking great movie, man. Like, to me, still the best Scream sequel there was. Like, don't get me wrong, there is not a bad Scream movie in the franchise, in my opinion. I think all of them are solid in their own right. But if you had to say which movie felt closest to the original, based on character development, based on getting us to like certain characters and then killing them off or revealing them as Ghostface, like Jill, yep. Job well done. Fantastic job by Kevin Williamson and Wes Craven. Like, it just, for some reason, people didn't show it enough love, you know, and I really wish that it did do well at the box office, because I think it would have been really interesting to see what Kevin would have did with that original 5th film, following Jill to college as a killer. Sidney having amnesia from what happened that night in Scream 4. Who would have been the killer to come after Jill and try to expose her as a Ghostface? Man, and again, I do think that there's going to be some resemblance of that in Scream 7. I just don't think there's going to basically go balls to the wall with it, because we all expect that from Kevin, because we know that he wants to do, he wants to basically do the stuff that he didn't get to do before. I just think he's not going to go full swing with it because it is too predictable.
Exactly.
Okay, so that sounded scary, saying 6 themselves in the universe and Stab 9 paralleling what Scream 3 did with Stab 3 could also explain why Chad and Mindy are back and working with Gail. Remember, Gail owns the movie rights, so it's not far out of the possibility that Chad and Mindy are playing themselves in a Stab film that's taking place in the universe of Scream 7. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible, but I just don't think they're going to go in that direction, man. Like, you got to remember, she couldn't sell the rights because it's all about true crime documentaries nowadays. That's what she said in Scream 6. Now, if you're talking about them doing a true crime like documentary in regards to the Ghostface legacy and all the murder sprees, I can see something like that happening. I can't see them doing another Stab movie because, again, it's not what the studio wants. They want the real thing. They want true crime, you know? So I feel like, especially with Guy Busick's comments in regards to how they're bringing Chad and Mindy back, he basically made it seem like obviously Gail is the connection, and it seems like it's going to be kind of like family ties to a degree. I'll have to go back and read that exactly how he worded it. But in my opinion, it's not going to be anything like a Stab movie. That's just me, though. And I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Chad and Mindy playing themselves in a Stab movie. I mean, if that were to happen, that would be, I guess, give the Carpenter sisters, a good reason to not be in this movie and not be friends with them anymore because it's kind of like they're glorifying what happened to them. But I don't know. I don't see it playing out that way. But again, hey, we're entitled to our own opinion. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yep.
Catch up with some of you guys' other comments here. Slim saying Jill was low-key funny as fuck. Yeah, she was. She definitely had some funny moments. She had some great dialogue towards the end there, especially with, talking to Sydney, like coming in like, what are you, Michael fucking Myers? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she did a great job. Emma absolutely killed her role. I just feel like she's a better killer. I mean, Charlie Walker's a better killer than her. He was the idea man, and he did most of the work. So that's just my take on that. Shannon, what is your take on Scream 4 now that we revisit it, rewatched it? What is your take on Charlie Walker, Jill Roberts as the killers, as well as the overall characters in this film?
I agree with every point of view that you just said.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, like, again, this movie was the closest one, in my opinion, to the original. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I felt like the reveals, I know a lot of people said, oh, we knew it was Charlie, this and that. I honestly did not see Charlie coming. I looked at Charlie as literally the new Randy. So I guess because of that, my mind would not allow me to see him as a killer. But then when he was revealed as a killer, it took me back to that Olivia kill. It took me back to all the other kills. And I'm just like, damn, this motherfucker is ruthless. Like, he is a boss-ass killer, man. Because once Jill said Charlie was the idea man, and once I went back and rewatched the movie multiple times, I'm like, Charlie was the one doing everything. You know what I mean? Which makes him, in my opinion, a top 5 Ghostface. Love it. Absolutely love this movie. Love it, love it, love it. I'm so glad that we got to hang out and watch it here tonight. And we had a good crowd come in and hang out with us. We're still at 15 people, even though the movie's over. Like, that's cool to me. We're almost at midnight. But we are going to wrap the stream up here in a couple minutes, you guys, because I know it's getting late for Shannon, and I don't want to keep her up too late and stuff like that. I am going to go through some of the you guys' comments, the rest of them, and then we're going to call it a night. Christopher Sean saying, Jill and Stu team up. Hey, they both were electrocuted by Sydney. Similar matching wounds. That's a good point, Christopher Sean. I never really looked at it that way. That's a good point. Again, I'm not against Jill coming back. You know what I mean? Me personally, I'd rather see Charlie come back because I think he's a better fit. Especially since I think there's a case to be made that maybe the original Ghostface cult with Stu was Kirby, Jill, and Charlie. And if Jill went rogue, I highly doubt Stu would trust her again. You know what I mean? But that's just my theory on that. Tristan saying Mason and Jasmine shouldn't have returned to 7 without Melissa and Jenna. That's just disrespectful to them, especially Melissa. I honestly don't think of it that way, man. I put it like this, man. I get what you're saying in regards to that, but at the same time, what are they supposed to leave food off of their table to feed their families because of something that happened to somebody else? That's not really fair. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they support Melissa and that it sucks what happened to her and they feel the same way, but they shouldn't sit there and stop furthering their careers because of something they had nothing to do with. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so, and plus, their characters are tied into the legacy because they're Randy's niece and nephew. So even without Melissa and Jenna, you can have those characters come back because they are tied into the legacy.
Exactly.
That's funny you say that, Troll, because I was looking for that too, and it does look like Jill is still breathing. It does.
Yep.
Paula, Slim Bates saying that, Paula, Jill, I loved you. Shut the fuck up already. He kicks him. Yeah, right? And the funny thing about those kicks is they were so weak, in my opinion. They were like the weakest kicks that you could kick somebody with. Like, that's what makes it so fucking funny.
Yep.
King Matthew saying, I feel like Kevin Williamson should have directed Scream 5 since Wes Craven died in 2015. I would have loved to see Kevin direct Scream 5. Yeah, that would have been interesting to see how he would have did that. But in my opinion, especially in regards to where we're at now with Scream in the franchise, I feel like 7 is the perfect time for Kevin to be as the director because we're getting Sidney back. It is going to be a Sidney-focused story. And I feel like because he is the original creator of these characters, that fits better for him as opposed to making new characters in Billy's daughter and Samantha and her sister Tara. That's just my take on that, though.
Do you think that it would have continued like with the Jill potentially surviving thing though if Kevin directed 5, or would we still have gotten Tara and Sam?
No, say that again, Shannon.
Do you think if Kevin directed 5 though that we would have probably continued Jill, Kirby, and them, or would we have gotten new characters? Do you think?
I think you make an excellent point. I think he probably would have did the story for Scream 5 that he wanted to do, which was with Jill. I really do. You know what I mean? But then again, when we got this ending, he probably would have went with it in a different direction to where maybe Jill's locked up and maybe she knows about Stu and the Ghostface cult, something like that. But yeah, I don't think he would have created Samantha Carpenter or Tara Carpenter. I don't. Yo, what up, Coop? Yeah, you are. Sorry, buddy. He said, am I too late again? Yeah, unfortunately you are, man. We are about to wrap up here in a second. I'm just catching up with the rest of you guys' comments. Saying, bro, yeah.
Aww.
Okay, Alex saying, Marcus, I explained dextrocardia in the chat. Okay, so let me check this out. That sounded scary, saying Charlie was so small to do all those powerful murders. The only murderer was Charlie. If you watch closely, Jill is actually filming every single murder, especially the Olivia's death. Look at her phone. Huh. I never really looked at that. Yeah, I get it that, you know, a lot of people didn't like, you know, the size of the characters in regards to, you know, like being Ghostface and stuff. But let's really be honest though, like Charlie, outside of throwing, you know, Sid's publicist off the roof, he didn't really do that many powerful moves. Like most of it was stabbing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you didn't really need that much, you know, power to do that. That's just me, though.
Yep.
Right. Christopher Sean saying, love gives you strength. Ain't that right? Hell yeah. You ain't lying about that, man. Gave my boy Charlie superhuman strength, superpowers. Coop saying, I used to despise Charlie. Then I realized how ruthless the guy is. Yeah, man, that's all I'm saying. You don't have to like the character for what he is outside the Ghostface costume, but in Ghostface costume, which is, in my opinion, just as important as the reveal. He's phenomenal, and he's one of the most ruthless. I really wish they used Dewey more in Scream 4. It seems like he took a back seat after Gail got stabbed. I would have loved to see him more vengeful after she got took out. Yeah, King Matthew, yeah, sure. But I also think the reason why that was happening is because Kevin was prepping to focus on Jill and other characters in Scream 5. Because in the original plans for Scream 5, Dewey and Gail were supposed to take a back seat. You know what I mean? So that's what I think that was. And then unfortunately, you know, because Scream 4 didn't do that well at the box office, he didn't get to do what he wanted. I do want to find this chat by Alex before we wrap it up.
It says 11:30, like in the chat on StreamYard.
Oh, holy shit! Okay,
I can probably like post it or something, like find it and then type it in on my account, or if you want me to.
Yeah, because I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, hold on. Basically, okay, got it.
Okay.
Basically, it's when the heart is on the right side instead of the left. Ooh, yo, what?
Yeah, that was it.
Ooh, what? Yo, man, listen. Hey, let's hope he has that. Because if he does, he could survive, man. I think he can survive regardless. But that would be an even greater reason why he can survive, because his heart is on the opposite side. And maybe he even didn't know that. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, that would be crazy.
Yep.
Paul is saying, love this movie. Love seeing Dewey as the sheriff. Yeah, me too. I thought that was a nice touch for Dewey. You know, after, because he's the hometown boy, and he's always been kind of like that police figure. So he should have been the sheriff going back to Woodsboro.
Exactly.
That sounded scary. So don't get me wrong, it is a surprising film, but not for a Scream film because of the sizes of Ghostface plus Jill never killed anyone other than Charlie. Yeah, she killed Trevor though too. So got to counter for that. She blew my boy's nuts off. Like, dead serious. Like, but I get it. I do understand that, and that's something I do hope in Scream 7 that they do fix in regards to like the killer's appearance, like we talked about in Scream 5 with Amber. There's no way she's gutting Dewey like that. So that is something that they do have to fix. Have the killers match who the stunt people are in regards to size and stuff like that. Yeah, right. Exactly. Great point. That sounded scary. It is a business, and they are all still BFFs at the end of the day. Right. Exactly. I don't think Melissa would want them to take food off of their table because of something that happened to her.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to catch up with the last few of these comments, and then we are going to wrap it up, you guys.
Yep.
Paul is saying when the two cops were running around the house, they did not look up to see if Jill's window was open. Huh. I know one thing. I'm definitely going to check out what That Sounded Scary said. I'm going to go back and rewatch it in regards to seeing what Jill's phone, like if it was recording. I think that's interesting. I never took notice to that.
I think it was.
Justice for the real killer of Dewey. Man, I don't think Dewey's dead, man. I don't. And I'm actually going to be dropping a theory about that tomorrow. I don't think he's dead. I really do not think he's dead. And I feel like the points I'm going to make, I think it will get you to buy into the possibility of Dewey being alive. No, that's all I'm going to say.
Heck yeah.
Right. That sounded scary. Exactly. No way Amber did that shit. No, she didn't. I met Mikey Madison. I met her in person last year. Good looking girl. Very sweet girl. No way she's doing all that. No way. No way. I will say since I've last seen her, since she got that Oscar, she does look like she put on a little bit more weight compared to when she was in Scream 5. But in Scream 5, no, she's not doing that. No.
No way.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at that. Yeah, that's interesting. I never noticed that.
I saw that too.
He was gutted, Coop, but we don't actually know if it was Dewey in the body bag. You got to remember, there was a cop that was killed, the guard that was guarding, that wing in the hospital. Their body was up there too. For all we know, it could have been that cop's body in that body bag. That's all I'm going to give you. That's all I'm going to give you. Yeah, no shot. Amber killed him. The killer looked taller than Dewey as well. Yup, absolutely, Coop. Yup.
Yep.
Paul is saying that was Stu. He was the only one with a motive. Plus, and this, I'm going to end it here, guys. Remember, the Ghostface that killed Dewey wore a bulletproof vest. Now, if that was Amber, why did she not wear that bulletproof vest at the end in the final act? It ain't adding up. So, yeah, it's definitely not Amber.
No way.
Thank you. Thank you, Christopher Sean. Saying Dewey is like Han. He will be back. Han from Fast and Furious. I like that. I like that little plug-in. That's cool. That's awesome. But, all right, everybody, this was definitely a fun time. We still have 17 people here. I hate to cut it short, but we are going to end it for tonight. This was a great time for the Scream 4 watch party. I will be back tomorrow evening around 7 o'clock for my Halloween live discussion. It's been so long since I've discussed Halloween on a live stream, and I got to get back to it. So I will catch you guys tomorrow evening. Shannon, this was a lot of fun. I will meet you backstage. Everybody, get some rest. Have a great night. Thank you all for attending. I greatly appreciate all of your support, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.
You are now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times.